What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 4 different stocks today. We'll be going over PayPal, Nike, NVDA, TSM. PayPal and Nike for Chad Shee, NVIDIA for winners, win, and TSM for DJ. Without any further ado, let's get into this. So looking at PayPal here, yes, it looks like it's on its onslaught to the downside forever. This is a death spiral into nothingness. Very sad, very bad. Not a fan. It doesn't look good. Yeah, lower. You had all. Oh man, you had the bullish divergence on your monthly. You had the good looks. It's not looking good anymore. It's really not looking good anymore. Is it all over? Is the hope gone? No, it's not. But I don't like it still. Low to high. You bounced off your 618. You rejected your 382. Not a good look, man. Not a good look. If you get below the 618, and you probably will, likely on the second pass, if you do, you're likely going to go to $46 to $41.60. Okay. If we look at this for what it's worth on a grand kind of scale here, the reason why this area was somewhat important to hold, if I remember correctly, maybe not. For some reason I thought, maybe you were holding your 1272. I don't know. You would likely go to 47. You're probably going to go below that. The 3618 is a likely target to hit. That might have been why. Okay, that might have been why, because this 1414, while yes, based on a fib scale, it's kind of your next area to hit. It's in the middle of nowhere in price action land. I don't think you're going to see that. I think this 1618, that's at least on solid grounds here. That's probably where you're going to go. And if you don't go there, you're going to go somewhere in between. But I doubt you stop at the 1414. That's why I'm saying that this 618, this relative 618 on a low to high basis here, matters a whole lot. Because if you break this, you're not just going to go, you're probably not just going to stop down here. You're probably going to go lower. And lower, is that it? Did I miss it? I must have deleted the other line, my bad. Where would you go? Okay, not too much lower. Maybe your 1886, below $40 would very much be on the table. Not below $30 though. But 41.60, yeah, could be an area, man. Really could be on the area that you go to. I don't like it. I think it wants to go down. Weekly RSI was looking so good, man, and now it's not. Yeah, it's not looking good at all. Yep, daily looks bad. All of it looks bad. It's going down. Going down. See you at $47 to $40. Maybe around $34, $37, something like that. But bye-bye PayPal. Looking bad for the weeks to come, months to come. NKE. Looking good. This is a nice daily RSI. It's a very friendly one. Looking good. I like the immediate drop-off to like the soft bottom here, and you're starting to build. Volume's coming in. I like it. I really do like your RSI. Let's look at the weekly. Kind of in like a range of accumulation, aren't you? I feel like I was looking at this last time and I was assuming you could be going down, and you could. We'll get to that. Just because I like the daily doesn't mean I like the weekly or the monthly. But let's see. 618 rejection, 0.5, yeah, that's why, right? Because you're getting kind of deconstructive on your fibs. If you can close above the 382, you can close above $111. I would think that this thing could go higher. Higher than this high, higher than 133, okay? But you need to close above that first on a weekly basis. Weekly RSI is not looking too good. It does kind of have a rejection off this area, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what this week presents. If you go up higher, like this RSI is kind of leading me to believe you will, it probably won't be by much anyways. You might, instead of closing above 111, you might be finding resistance at it and then coming down from there. That might be where you go. So the daily does look good. You will hit the top end of this gap that you have, the bottom end, I suppose, actually. It'd be the top, from where you're at now. And then you'll probably go lower. You'll see this thing go up to its overbought zone, and then it'll tank. So that's not good. Immediately it's good, sure, but inevitably, yeah, man. I don't know. That would not be a good look at all. Let's see how it does. But if you go up to that 110, 111 area, and then reject from there, it's not going to look good. You're probably going to move to $81 or $72, and at that point, man, what you've got going on is some kind of like grand drop off for Nike, right? You've had this. Look at this trend. Look at how phenomenal this trend has been for so long, right? You might be seeing something more prolonged like this. You might literally be like right here, where you found your low and you came up and you found like a lower high, and then you started moving down, you found a lower low. You might be in that area right now where you're looking to find a lower low. Your 123 moving average is looking a little bit weaker. I don't know, man. You might be making a move. You're at 103 right now. You might be making a grand move overall down to like 81. This feels reminiscent of the tone I had last time I talked about it. I don't remember what I said, but I feel like I'm probably remembering right. Rejected the 50 on the monthly. Yeah, as you zoom out, it just looks worse. It really does. Moving down, consolidating, moving down. Not that hard to discern, in my opinion. Maybe you don't move lower than this low. Maybe you do hold a higher low or a double bottom. Maybe. But that remains to be seen. What I do think is it's going to go down from here. Yes. Immediately? No. Immediately you go up. You're at 103.30 right now. You probably go up to about 110, 111, 112 even, like whatever. But you reject that area, that 108 to 112 area. You're going to go a lot lower than, I mean, for this thing, going from 100 to like 80, that is a lot lower. So I think you definitely have lower to go. But that remains to be seen as well. So we'll keep an eye on it. But up for now. NVDA. Very soon though it'll be down. I don't know why there's so many lines on this. Let's look at the weekly. Looking at NVIDIA. My grandfather texted me, and some of you mentioned that they're having earnings tomorrow, right? They got the report coming out, and we saw a drop off today. I'm kind of expecting that. I know some people might look at this and be like, "This means they're going to have bad earnings." I bet their earnings are going to kick ass. I'm just saying. I bet they're going to do really well because you had two kind of not good days, right? One day here that you were down 0.06%, and then the next day you're down 4.35%, which, okay, on $1 trillion asset, that's a big deal, okay, sure, especially relatively speaking. But 2 days out of the how many days in a row you were just climbing up from the beginning of January till now, like you're seeing standard kind of volatility retracements around the time of earnings. You guys, that happens with earnings all the time, right? Like earnings here was good and you went down. Could earnings here be good and you're going down again? Sure, it happens. And then move up afterwards. It's fine. I do think that NVIDIA has higher to go. I've been saying now for a couple weeks that could be a momentary high. We could move all the way back down to 500. We could move. I know I got to stop saying that. We could move down to 600, somewhere in between maybe. From the relative low to high here. The 382 is at 583, so going to there on a strong move, it's very common to do one of two things, okay? And both of these things line up with fibs. So the first thing, go to your 382, find support and bounce off. Very common maneuver to do on a strong move. Another thing on a strong breakout is to pull all the way back to your previous area of resistance, check back at your breakout point, and then push higher. That'll give you a lot of momentum. That would be a huge drop from here. You're at 700, dropping all the way down. Like that would be a huge drop from here. So that's kind of why I don't think that's going to happen. NVIDIA is a very high dollar value market cap asset. Seeing that kind of volatility is kind of unprecedented in my opinion, but it can happen. Don't think that it can't happen. Because also what goes in line with that is the 618, the golden ratio itself, right there at $501.50, literally sitting at the top of your resistance point before your breakout point currently. If you pulled back there, what's something really strong? Pulling back to your breakout point, pulling back to your golden ratio, the 618, it would look great. It would look great. It's a picture perfect storybook ending, right? But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I would more expect 583 being your area. And you don't have to even hit that. You could, and it's uncommon, but uncommon things do happen. You could find support at 641 at your 236 area and move up from there. If this thing's not moving, if it's not done moving up, if this isn't the relative top, I'm looking at this wrong and it's not the relative top, maybe you have higher to go immediately. Maybe you don't even go that low and we're still looking to find our high, But with how hot you were on the RSI, being at an 88, an area that you've topped around before plenty of times, looking at the daily, it's been overbought for a while. You had some bearish divergence. You're starting to come down. You were hot. Now you're not. It would make sense to pull back from here. So the minimum kind of target that I'm looking for, and I am assuming you're going to go lower. I bet earnings will be good and you will still go lower. Not in a straight line, but more or less over time, over the weeks, maybe even months, you're going to move down to about 583. And I would think it's not going to take a short amount of time. It'll take several weeks, if not a couple months or so. It'll probably take that long, right? Very phenomenal move up. Consolidate. That's what you're going to retrace a little bit, consolidate, a normal thing, a healthy thing, shake out the weak hands who bought up here, give the people who wanted to buy down here, but they missed their chance, give them an opportunity to get in, and then push higher. But for now, probably down. That's my genuine opinion. Yeah. And if not, again, if I'm looking at it wrong, like if we're in a phase like this where you're really just kind of slowly bleeding up, I mean, that could happen too. So it remains to be seen. But if we don't get a rejection rather immediately, then the tone of my opinion with NVIDIA would change for sure. And winners win. I know you said that I like talking about crypto. I love talking about crypto, but man, I like talking about stocks too. I really do. I love doing TA on anything. And I know I told you that in my comment, but if anybody has requests, I don't care if it's something on like I don't know, what's LK, whatever that is, on MOEX, whatever the hell that is, what exchange is that? Moscow, on the MOX. If it's a Russian exchange, if it's a, what would this, I don't know, Frankfurt exchange, whatever, I don't care what it is. If it is one of these foreign exchanges, let me know, right? Let me know. Tell me that in the comment. Don't just assume that I'll know that, because if you tell me LK, I'm going to look for the first thing that I see with an American exchange on it. I'm not going to look for foreign exchanges, right? But I'm happy to do TA on anything, guys. I really am. I don't care what it is. If you have interest in it, maybe someone else does too. I'm happy to provide my technical analysis. None of this is financial advice. It should not be taken as such. It should be a little bit of entertainment. I try to be funny. No, I don't know if I try to be funny. I don't know. I make jokes sometimes. Maybe I just think I'm funny, but that's beside the point. It's more for entertainment purposes. And also the educational portion is not that of like financial advice. It's more like, this is how I do technical analysis. If you want to learn, just kind of watch and learn, see how it goes. I mean, this is TradingView, man. TradingView.com. It's all free. You can do this all yourself. You don't have to pay for it. I do pay for the premium on this, but they have a free product as well. It's limited on some of the things, but everything that I've got pulled up right here, I had it whenever I didn't have the premium. I have it now that I do have the premium, right? There's a lot of extra things that I could add on, but I keep it simple. You could do all the stuff that I'm doing right now with one indicator here, your volume and your one moving average. You can do all that with free TradingView. So if that's kind of the purpose too, is to try to entice people if they want to learn technical analysis, show them what's the word I'm looking for? A foothold, a doorway into getting into it. It doesn't even have to be the same technical analysis I do. The first couple people that I watched doing technical analysis that inspired me, I use some things that are similar to them, but totally went on my own path, right? And that's okay. You don't have to do it exactly like me. Do it exactly like me if you can. You probably can't if you're starting out. You'll probably get confused and make mistakes on certain things. It'll take time to kind of perfect. It's just about as much mindset as it is about like you have to be very neutral, right? Like you can't just like let your biases win. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, man. I definitely do let my biases win sometimes, but most of the time I try to look at it as if I don't have money in it or not. And that's why talking about these things from my perspective, I think it's worthwhile, because I don't have any money in these stocks. So you're getting a unbiased opinion, probably, hopefully. Anyways, let's get back to the TA. I'm just talking about me so much, man. Top to bottom, 886 rejection. Broke above your 618 on the second attempt. Yes, I do think you're going to 184 to 251. I think you want to go higher. Finding resistance here, it's okay. It's okay. You're probably going to find support down at 120. You're at 125 now. Support here, area of resistance. You checked there, check back, boom, you're going to build. That's my thoughts. Very bullish daily RSI, very bullish weekly RSI. You go a little bit lower. You could go lower this week and still like look to bounce off this overbought zone, right? Maybe next week you do hit this area. start the week off low, come back and close high, and then the following week, 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks from now, you start to move up higher. Yeah, I think 184, 209, 251, those are all targets that should be on your horizon soon enough. But for the time being, down, just a little bit down to that 119, 120 area. Yeah, and that's all I got for you guys. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.